So the group is brought to me, and usually they're looking quite happy, quite pleased with themselves. And I'll ask them to come in, and I'll say, oh, come on in. I've been looking forward to seeing you. I've been looking forward to hearing about what you've been doing. I must say what I don't do is I don't get out my list and look and say, did you do this? And it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter at all. As long as the child is happy in school, the group has been successful. So it doesn't matter. But I'll give them the chance to tell me anything they want to tell me. So maybe I'll say, so how are things going now? And they'll say, oh, he's okay now. And I say, oh, gosh, that's wonderful. What have you been doing? And someone will say, well, I've been having lunch with him. Oh, thank you for that. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Do you think that's helped? And they'll say, yes, I think it has helped. Oh, how do you know it's helped? Well, he's been talking more and smiling and laughing. Oh, right. So that sounds like it has helped then. Thank you very much for that. That's very kind of you. Has anyone else managed to do something? And they can each, if they wish, they can tell me what they've done. Now, they may not all have done something, in which case I don't have to know if someone hasn't done anything. It doesn't matter. As long as the child is happy, that's all that matters. And then as a group, I can thank them all. And I'll say, well, thank you very much for doing that this last week. I'm very grateful to you for what you've done, making this child happier in school. It's a lovely thing that you've done. And I'm very grateful. Thank you very much. And I'll say, that's great, and we can finish there. Or if there's any doubt at all, I can say, well, I said, could you do it for a week? But I'm just wondering, how would you feel about doing it for one more week for me? And there's usually no problem at all. They say, oh, yes, they'd like to do that. I even had one little girl, again, that said, I'll do it forever. Yes. And I said, oh, that's lovely. Well, I'll come and see you again next week, if that's the case. But that's not normally necessary. And so I'll say, thank you very much. You can go back to class now. Thank you. What a lovely group. I think you're one of my best groups. And off they go. And then I'll phone Mum. I'll phone Mum to find out how's she feeling about what's been going on. And I'll ask her, has she noticed anything getting better? And usually they have. Usually they've noticed that the child is no longer reluctant to go to school, no longer worried. They can see that things have changed. They can see that the child is happier in school. When they come out of school, they're happier and not so worried. And they're saying, almost, I can't believe what's happened. It just seems to be so much better now. And they're very grateful. If there's any concern at all, I can just come back the following week and see the group again. But that's not usually necessary.